We will do phase and vertical shift in radians, since that seems to be where the majority of your homework falls. A sine B parentheses of x minus h plus k. And it's very important when you're doing your homework later that this B is out front. And if it's not, I'll show you what to do later in a separate video where I'm showing you some of your ALEKS homework, okay? We know the A is amplitude. We know the B has everything to do with our period. And because we are talking about radians, we know it's 2 pi divided by B. This H here is our phase shift or our horizontal shift. Okay, so you might see this called phase shift as well. And the K is our vertical shift. It moves it up and down. So let's look at the function that's given here. It says plus 2. So instead of at midline, look, it's been shifted up and it's balanced on 2 right here. And then we have an amplitude of up half and down half. So that's where we are up half and down half. But then this changes things just a little bit. We know a sine wave looks like this, one full cycle, right? Midline, midline, midline. Let's look at our period really quick before we do this. 2 pi divided by 2. It means every pi radians we need to have a full sine wave cycle. Now, why doesn't it start here in the middle like we expect a sine wave to start? Well, it has been shifted. Remember, whenever we're in the parentheses, we always go in the opposite direction. So this has been shifted to the right pi fourths degrees, which, let me zoom in on this so we can see that. All right, this is pi right here. So here's pi fourths. This is pi fourths. Our sine wave, instead of starting at 0, has been shifted over, and it's starting at pi fourths. All right. And that does look just a little bit odd for some reason. But then it goes up and down, and it's back up again, ending at pi plus pi fourths, which is right here. So there's our sine wave. Let's do our own here. Find the period, amplitude, horizontal shift, and vertical shift. Well, the amplitude is 3. The period is 2 pi divided by half, which is 4 pi. Our horizontal shift is plus pi 6, it's the opposite. And our vertical shift is up 1. Same thing, let's do the bottom and then we'll graph that. Our amplitude is 2. Our period is 2 pi divided by 2, which is pi. Our horizontal shift, or our phase shift, is to the left, pi thirds. And our vertical shift is down 2. So let's put that to practice. I got to look at that real close. Hold on. All right, so this is pi. This is pi halves. It was too tiny for my eyes to read that far away. And we know we are shifting down 2. So that would be here. We're balancing that sine wave here. And instead of starting at 0, we have moved to the left pi thirds degrees, which would be just over here. ALEKS will make it nice and neat. It would be obvious that that was pi thirds, okay? And because we've shifted the beginning, that means we need to shift the end. We have one full sine cycle every pi, right? So that means if we'd started at 0, we'd be ending at pi. But we shifted back pi thirds. And now let's look at our amplitude of 2. 1, 2. Between here, 1, 2. I'll just create my own line down here. Now split it in halves like we practiced. Halfway, halfway, halfway. And then you've got your awesome sine wave, and your homework software makes it really easy to just click that button. It graphs that wave for you. Okay, again, we have the same thing. Amplitude, period, horizontal shift, vertical shift. It's all listed right here. Let's talk about this one quickly. Our center has been moved down 2. This is counting by 2s here. And our amplitude is 5, up 5, down 5. It has been shifted to the left, pi 6 degrees, which, here we go. And our cosine wave is starting high. And our period is every 2 pi, every pi. So I should expect it to end. There's pi, and there's our shift backwards. One full cycle. Right? Our amplitude is 3/4. Our period is 2 pi divided by 2, which is pi. Our horizontal shift, or our phase shift, is to right, pi 6. And our vertical shift, our up-down, is up 1. Next one, amplitude is 2. Our period, there's nothing in front to divide it by, so it's 2 pi. Our horizontal or phase shift is to the left, pi thirds, and our vertical shift is down 1. Now this negative right here flips us from starting at the high, low, high, to starting this way. We start at the low. It flips it on its head. Okay, it flips it on its head. So let's graph that now. Our midline is down 1. We have an amplitude of up 2, down 2. So we're in between these lines. We have one cycle every 2 pi, but we are shifting to the left pi third degree, which would be here. Now cosine, we're used to starting at the top, but because it's negative, we'll start at the bottom. I've shifted that to the left pi thirds, so instead of ending at 2 pi, we've got to shift it to the left pi thirds as well. Split that in half, you'd be at your peak. Whoop, our peak's clear up here. Oops. And then between those, you'd be back at midline. And when I show you your homework on your ALEKS, I'll show you how we can split that, because they make the tick marks very, very friendly.